Here's a Spurs News Roundup where I do all the latest Tottenham news all in one place in the last 24 hours and full analysis of every single story. Stay tuned to the end. Let's get straight into it then. If you're new, like and subscribe. So Tottenham beat Villarreal 1-0 in the first game of the UEFA Champions League league phase, and Tottenham's return to the competition, and they go 5th in the league phase table. Reminder, it's the new format, second year of it across all European competitions. Tottenham sit 5th, 3 points, so 1 win out of 1 and a positive 1 goal difference. So let's get into all your headlines, some to do with the game. So firstly, I want to start with under 19s, because Tottenham beat Villarreal's under-19s 5-3 in the UEFA Youth League. Wayne Barrett's team off to a winning start in the Champions League, a bit like the Tottenham men's team. A lot of people say it was an entertaining game, but I've got here pieces from post-match in the men's game, which ended 1-0 Tottenham, as we discussed. Firstly, centre-back Vicky Valden said it was a tough one tonight. We didn't play very well, to be honest. We had a really good start, and of course you want to build on that, but Villarreal are a really difficult team to play against. It's tough, but we've got the 3 points, and that is the most important. That's what he said when speaking to Amazon Prime. Thomas Frank, when speaking to Prime, said, "I learned that the team is working hard, very hard, and we have good foundations to stand on in terms of our defensive organisation. I think is good. We gave very little away. I knew it, but it was offensively is definitely the area we need to get better. It's also about the relationships. Jed Spence and Xavi Simons is just a second game together. They played too short and into feet too many times." Tottenham are now unbeaten in their last 21 home games in UEFA competitions, and in those, 56 goals have been scored by Tottenham, only 13 conceded and 11 clean sheets. Happy 25th birthday to former Tottenham player Oliver Skipp, and on this day in 2023, Dejan Kulusevski scored a 100th minute winner against Sheffield United. Lucas Bergvall was the man of the match. There we go, and that's the third. Also, you've got Lucas Bergvall was the Premier League player of the match week in the Premier League, which means that it's 3 out of 4 for Tottenham this season after Richarlison and João Palhinha. So 2 awards there for Lucas Bergvall, 1 in the Champions League, 1 in the Premier League. Thomas Frank's coaching staff, Matt Wells, Justin Coquelin and Andres Jorgensen were watching the under-19s game at Hotspur away versus Villarreal, the one that we did win. Mickey van der Ven and Lucas Bergvall were named in Alan Shearer's team of the week for the Premier League for game week 4. Thomas Frank has also been named the manager of the week for match week 4. Thomas Frank post-match of Villarreal said, "This team, these players, we will score goals. There's no doubt of that. I know we only scored an own goal today, but we will score goals. I'm not in doubt of that. I think the big thing was that we need to defend better." So he worked very, very hard on structure, key principles, recovery ones, doing the tough job that gives you a top opportunity to win games, and we've proven that so far. Thomas Frank went on to say, "I think there was a spell in the second half where we decided to give the ball away every single time we had it. We gave the ball away, let's bring it back, I'll give it away, let's bring it back. Of course, it's a bit easier to sit here with a smile now, but of course at that level we will raise, of course." Thomas Frank said, "What I'd like is that our foundations are strong. Now we have 4 games won, 3 in the Premier League, 1 in the Champions League, and we have 4 clean sheets, which is massive. Obviously, we're building the offensive structure more and more. And it is 4 clean sheets in the last 5 matches for Tottenham Hotspur in all competitions. Only 1 goal conceded as well against Bournemouth across those 5. Vicario, Van der Ven, Spence, Bergvall made their first ever Champions League appearances last night. Lucas Bergvall was asked post-match about the game. He said it was really tough. Villarreal did a great performance, but 1-0 win at home is amazing. We talk a lot about clean sheet mentality, and they did not have a shot on target, so he did a really good job there. The match officials have been confirmed for Tottenham's next Premier League game, game week 5 against Brighton. So it's on Saturday. It's a 3 p.m. kickoff UK time at the Amex Stadium. The referee is Chris Kavanagh. Assistants are Dan Cook and Ian Hassin. Fourth officials Tom Neild. VAR is Neil Davis, and assistant VAR is Rob Jones. The attendance at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium versus Villarreal was 54,755, so a few empty seats. And that is your Spurs News Roundup, with the latest Tottenham news all in one place in the last 24 hours. Let's go through and discuss the key ones. Very good start for the under-19s, winning against Villarreal like the men's team did. Some people say it's a really interesting game. It's good to see as well that Frank's coaching staff all that tells me a lot that they're very keen, got their eyes on the younger players. Very, very important. I think Tottenham's win against Villarreal, we didn't as well in the men's team. We didn't set the world alight. It wasn't a very good performance. It actually wasn't a convincing performance at all. But I'm not just saying it's going to be won, but the result is that all that matters in football. I think we get too hooked as fans of all clubs about the performance. I'm not going to sit here and say it doesn't matter, because it does. Because eventually, let's lose Liverpool, for example, in the Premier League. If they play like they have been every single week, in the end they're going to drop points. They might occasionally lose games, but most notably they'll drop points and draw games. But I do believe the best teams always find a way when they aren't at their best and go away and improve. And you need luck. Whatever our aim is, I think our aim's got to be try and get through in that top 8. Well, we've got to get through to the round of 16 ideally anyway, but top 8 would be the very, very good way of doing that. Bergwall, man of the match, is very, very good. So, full credit to him. What else we got in here? Not too much. Lucas Bergwall, I think, speaks well about the game. Yeah, really shame to see the amount of empty seats at Thomas Stadium. You didn't really notice that because the atmosphere was amazing, but it is a bit self-inflicted, that kind of problem. But the atmosphere is very good, in particular pre-match. Thought the tifo was great. That's one thing I haven't talked about. So full credit here to THFC Flags, and they delivered that tifo to absolute perfection. But that is your Spurs news roundup. Not too much to get your teeth into, but another win for Spurs men's team and under 19s most notably. Thank you very much for watching. If you're new, please do like and subscribe. Here at the channel, provide you the latest top news all in one place. If you're interested in more content, we do Spurs women's content, Spurs men's content, England content, and Premier League content. Short form, video form, podcast form. Check it all out. I've got a lot to offer you here at the channel. But for now, a massive Common News Spurs. Come back tomorrow for the daily Spurs News Roundup. Thank you.